As long as you can design it,
This is where you can really just explore and play around.
chances are you can 3D print it. From manufacturing microscopic medical devices to creating stunning cosplay costumes to even building affordable homes, 3D printing is increasingly woven into the fabric of our lives.
For design and prototyping, it's really an enhanced communication tool. If you use a piece of paper to communicate or use your computer screen to communicate today, this is just the next level of that you have something in your hand that you can communicate.
And many products using 3D printing in their production process are already being used in our day-to-day lives.
Consumer goods like razor heads, they need very high tolerances. They're very high resolution.
3D printed materials are also found in retainers, mascara brushes, and even some shoes. In 2023, the 3D printing market was worth over $20 billion, and a report from Grandview Research projects that the industry will grow by 24% in the next 5 years.
I think the 3D printing industry is the big win and what a lot of people talk about.
That's John Koala. He's the CEO of Boston Microfabrication. His company specializes in making detailed parts that require the utmost precision. And as the name suggests, his company works with clients who commission parts for machinery that are extremely small.
We can generally get down to about 10 microns. So most people may not have a sense for how small that is. It's actually hard to see 10 microns. Human hair is about 80 microns in diameter, so that gives you a sense for scale.
Some of these microscopic parts can be found in medical devices.
At the low end of that scale, that could be components used for eye surgery, and those are less than a millimeter, and so that means I could probably fit 1,000 of them in my hand. Very, very small. Upwards to parts that are a few inches in size.
BMF specialization points to a trend of miniaturization that's seen across much of tech today.
There's lots of things getting smaller in the world in medical device. So whether it's knee surgery or oral surgery or eye surgery, increasingly tools are being developed to make those procedures less invasive. The opening in your body is smaller, so you need tools that are smaller. In electronics, maybe our phones aren't getting smaller anymore. There was a trend where they were all getting smaller, but now there's a lot more in those phones than there used to be even 1, 2, 3 years ago.
But the 3D printing industry encompasses more than building tech and medical devices. In recent years, 3D printing has become more accessible for consumers. Printers have become increasingly common at universities and public libraries. It's also become a near limitless space for creatives to bring their ideas into the world.
Hi, my name is Clayton Parker. I'm from Rochester, New York. I am 44 years old, and I'm known online as Uncle Jesse. I produce a lot of 3D printing content, primarily things around cosplay or just fun builds that I find of different things online that I find entertaining, that I'm assuming lots of other pop culture fans would also find entertaining.
He found his start in 2014 when he purchased his first printer. A decade later, Parker has earned nearly 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, showing off his 3D printed creations.
My very first 3D printed mask that I've designed in Nomad Sculpt.
Today, you can find 3D printers ranging from a few $100 all the way up to $100,000 and higher for premium machines. Parker says technology has improved since his start.
Even today, it's still a relatively new tool and technology, and it's getting easier and easier every year. From my first 3D printer to 3D printers you can buy now, it's insane. Pretty much now, you take them out of the box, there might be 15 minutes of assembly that you have to do, and you're up and printing, versus what I had to do before, which was like a full day of a build. It was very complicated, and I had to troubleshoot things.
And the process has become profitable for Parker. At the height of a TikTok trend,
so there's no way that I'm not gonna print one of those.
he sold $3,000 worth of 3D printed ghosts in just a weekend.
To me, that is such an awesome opportunity of not needing to actually produce anything. You just spend the time creating a digital file once and then share that online, and people are then able to pay you for access rights to that. They can then spend the time on 3D printing, troubleshooting, engaging with customers, answering emails, all of that fun stuff that comes with buying and selling things online.
So if we can easily print something with the right ideas and technology, why can't manufacturers just 3D print everything?
So I think the misconception may be that that's easy, that we should be printing everything in the world today instead of using conventional methods. But that's hard work. So it requires hardware technology, software, materials. These tools need to be cost effective, and that's happening over time, and there's some really big wins there. But I think that maybe the misconception is that you could really print anything. And I think certainly you can print most shapes, but if you really want it to be something functional, there's more work to that.
Despite the challenges, could the current state of 3D printing be wielded for public good? It hasn't stopped companies from seeing its greater potential. Companies like Alquist 3D have started using 3D printing methods to build concrete homes in Greeley, Colorado. In a partnership with the Greeley Weld Habitat for Humanity, the company will build 22 single-family homes, 154 duplexes, and 315 multifamily units. This multi-million-dollar project was funded by land donations, grants, government support, and investments from private companies. Alquist 3D hopes that these homes can ultimately create more opportunities for affordable housing. And if continued successfully, what's to say that innovators can't also use 3D printing to improve other corners of society?